Hi guys, welcome to a new kind of video for the channel. I've just been feeling pretty overwhelmed, just possibilities about things that I want to do for this channel, so I thought maybe the best course of action is just to try out a bunch of different video ideas and styles and see where that kind of gets me. Maybe it'll lead me in sort of a better direction to maybe what I want to do. And I'm just gonna draw in the background. I kind of maybe have an image in my mind, but I'm unsure, not really sure how it's gonna go. I figured it might be kind of fun to more stream of conscious kind of draw. There's this weird thing where if I can like get my brain thinking, and if I'm actively talking, then I don't have the mental capacity to kind of worry about where I'm placing the line. It's just kind of more of an organic muscle memory kind of thing. So I thought that might be a bit of a fun little exercise just to see where this is going. I've just been feeling very overwhelmed lately because I feel like I should X-nay on the I'm gonna set a rule I'm not gonna erase. I'm just gonna see where this goes. But I've just been feeling very, I don't know, I'm excited because I've said no for the next 7 months to contract work, which is one of the main ways that I support my writing and my drawing, just to kind of get money to pay for editing and stuff like that. So it's a big step for me to say no to that. I think we'll be fine. We'll make it without the extra money. We'll take a little bit more time to pay off some bills, some debt, which is something else to wrestle with. But I just feel like it's time. I'm starting to get anxious with spending my time doing contract stuff when what I really want to be doing is spending all of my time creating, writing, drawing. So I thought maybe we'll use this drawing session as a bit of therapy for me, just because it's going to allow the stream of consciousness, which if you've kind of been around me long enough, you know I like to talk about the concept of no mind, which is basically where you're not worried about things, you're just doing things like the flow of things. So this is basically when you achieve the state of no mind, like with the samurai, that would be you just act, because you can't really analyze things when you're in the state of battle. You just need to kind of react. This is what the training kind of builds up, this muscle memory. So I found, for me, when I'm writing and when I'm drawing, the faster and the less I think about the outcome, the better the final product is. So this is going to be a testament to letting go and not worrying about thumbnails. I might not even have a finished piece by the end of this. I don't even know when I started. Maybe a few minutes ago. So I'll cut myself off in 40 minutes. I sure hope I don't get that far, but we'll see. I want to keep it sketchy and light, and I just kind of want to hash out a few things and say that I'm excited about this channel. I basically just invested a bunch of money in a streaming setup, so I'm going to be doing some streaming on Saturday, and I'm just going to be working on like art stuff, things I want to work on, like the folds of clothing and stuff. Maybe if I'm working on my manga, I'll work on a chapter there. I would like to get my I want to do another chapter. I feel like I could. Just need to find like a balance of time. So yeah, it's gonna be a work in progress how anything is gonna go. I just need to learn how to pivot, and we'll kind of go from there. I've always really enjoyed people that do more expressionist stuff. I've never really done any like speed paintings or anything. I'm not sure why I picked the color red. Kind of regretting the color red. I'm supposed to be not thinking about this. I'm supposed to be not thinking about this, and here I am being like, why did I choose the color red for this? And I'm like, why is Clip Studio being dumb? This is also gonna help me just learn this program. I'm probably gonna fall in and out of the flow of kind of what I want to do with this channel, but I basically just wanted to rant about what's going on inside Noelle's head, because that's a rather large conundrum to figure out. I don't know, it's like I'm hesitant about a lot of things. I know it doesn't seem like it, but I'm hesitant about things that I do, and I worry about what I should and shouldn't be doing, which is dumb. There's no direct way, there's no path, there's no set way. Like, we sit here and listen to all these people about, what we should and should not be doing, and get all wrapped up inside our heads about the things that I should be doing right now. I should be doing some marketing stuff. I need to finish a blurb for my book, but I don't know. This was something I wanted to explore a bit, so I'm going to just run with it. Didn't really have any plans with what I'm illustrating here. I thought briefly, I was like, oh, it'd be kind of cool to do like this very emotional sort of piece to kind of maybe reflect the own the own uncertainties in my mind. And I will try to work on my ASMR voice. It's interesting trying to talk in more of like a calm manner. I'm usually more of a I don't want to say rambler. These brushes are not going well. I don't know, it's just like I don't have the most soothing of voices, and I listen to like all these art people that I really like, and they have all these soothing voices, and I was like, I'm not really the most eloquent when I'm talking. I just kind of ramble about stuff, so hopefully that's gonna find its place in these videos. We'll figure out where I'm going eventually. This dude has a massive nose. Gosh, I keep picking the wrong brush. I know that's not relaxing when I'm like aggravated actively about what I'm doing. Chill out. This is what this is supposed to be. We're just exploring, placing some lines, added a little bit of a moody coloring. In my head, I was kind of thinking this would be maybe one of my main characters from my series, but I'm not sure if it's going to end up being. I haven't quite nailed down his character design yet, so I don't like that. So we'll see where we end up. It's fine. I'm fine with whatever. It's been a while. This is my second time drawing in over a month, so I just want to loosen up and maybe explore some cool samurai hair, because that's always fun. Maybe a nice little ponytail. So yeah, I have exciting things that I want to do. I'm learning to let go of some things that have been relatively important in my life. I consider myself to be a hard worker, so as dumb as it is, like taking off the extra time to kind of focus on the stuff that I want to do, it makes me a little bit guilty, because there's things I want to save for. I have student loans, I have some debt that never seems to be going down, because for some reason or another things break in the house. That's a fun thing when you're a homeowner. Things always seem to break, and then once something breaks, everything else seems like, oh, I want to break too. I'm like, can you please not? Can you all not break like at the same time? So I'm just more or less, I feel like even more so with it being 2020. I'm just sort of going with the flow here of things. Let's see. Make him have some cool hair here. But yeah, I'm just learning how to go with the flow, and we'll see where this painting ends up. Right now it's more of a comfort draw, to be honest. It's like I'm going back to old habits where I'm just sketching out a samurai dude. Maybe we'll try a few variations here and see if we can get him feeling more like one of my characters, which I think would be kind of fun. And in a way, I think the series will be, maybe if I make this a series, we'll have to see how I feel about it. So far, I think it's doing okay. Make this a series where I just ramble. One of my favorite YouTube channels is Lucid Pixel. I'll have to link it in the description. I think that's what his name is. It's hard when it's hard remembering people's screen names all the time. But basically his whole thing is like a buddy for when you're painting. So I feel like maybe I like watching videos where people are just creating and talking. It's just feel a little bit better, maybe. I mean, I don't like doing it with people in person, but if I'm like watching someone through a video, then it's like I feel, like we're all artists, we're all connected, we're all struggling with the same things, the same fear of the blank page. I feel like I've gotten over a lot of that. I'm okay with kind of just sketching and seeing where things are going. Got a little weirdness with the clothing going on here. But overall, I want to find what my video style is, and I feel like maybe I keep trying to imitate everyone else, and maybe I just need to ramble and follow my own way of doing things, and eventually I'm sure I will stumble around. I've had a lot of YouTube channels over the years. I've probably had at least 8 YouTube channels with ideas that, I mean, sometimes I'll do them for a month or two, make a few videos, but honestly, like, I've never found who I am through video, like my channel, and I feel like maybe I just want to make videos that explore stuff, and just maybe invite others to do the same. There's a lot of pressures, for people to do this and do that, and when should I be doing this, and I probably need to be doing this, but I just want to find a space where I can just sit here and relax a bit and maybe ramble to myself about things that are on my mind. And right now, that's just figuring out these videos, because I've always loved YouTube. Like, every once in a while I start thinking about how if only I would have picked something and stayed with it when YouTube first started, because I was there. I had a channel. I've had several channels. I went from doing like these vlog things where I was attempting to be a daily vlogger, but my life isn't that exciting. And I really just like to be at home, and I feel like that I just like to spend time in my creative cave. I feel like I'm getting used to just being in my creative cave, and that's just where I'm the happiest. I just want to spend time with myself. I like to go out and do things, but more and more I just like to be by myself, and that's fine. I'm not a daily vlogger, so I had that phase where I wanted to do that. I tried that. I tried being goofy. I'm not really that silly of a person, so it was kind of interesting doing that. I'm not more of a serious person. Maybe sometimes a little too serious, but I tried doing that. Wasn't what I did. My longest channel was actually making AMVs. It was more or less a way for me to kind of translate my emotions into the anime scenes and the music. It was very therapeutic to me. I wasn't particularly a very happy child. Happy child. Seems funny wording it that way, but I wasn't happy when I was younger. I struggled a lot with finding any sort of self-worth. A lot of times I just felt trapped, and I knew that a lot of it was just gonna have to wait until I was older to do the things I wanted to do. So I used AMVs as a way to express that frustration, and it's fun because when I watch them back now, I get like this sense of I can feel exactly how I was feeling, and I know exactly what inspired me to make that. So that's fun little capsule, and I'm starting to see that's the way my writing is now. There's themes and there's certain instances. One of mine is actually one of my main characters in my series. Her name is Shenrei, and I did what every main character, their parents never really make it. I decided that her parents needed to die. Just because I myself had lost my mom, and it was hard to process those emotions, so I felt like I wanted to write about that, just to kind of explore maybe how another person kind of went about it and thought about it. And since I'm writing about a fantasy culture, I kind of found a lot of relief in their culture and just their traditions and the ritual, so I felt a lot better after doing that. So it's a nice little time capsule. So AMVs were a long time. I entered them into competitions. I won some awards, which was fun. I liked to compete and kind of push my technique and stuff, but mostly they were for me. So I did that for maybe 10 years. Started in high school and went all the way through college until I finally decided to give it up. And that's kind of more when I started focusing on my writing more. That's why I started creating worlds and creating the characters that were important to me and kind of are me in a lot of ways, or facets of me. I tend to unload my problems to my characters and see how they hash it out. So that was one thing that I did. That was my favorite channel. The channel's actually still up. My fake studio. It's called Dreamscope Studios. You can still look up all of my AMVs there. And then I briefly had a channel called Needy Cat, which was stupid videos about my cat. They were just fun. That one, each she played with a toy in one, and then took her outside, and then I was trying to ignore her or annoy her by making loud noises and stuff. They were infinitely popular, and I got a bunch of haters and trolls making comments about the way I looked, so that honestly kind of set me off for a while. But it just wasn't who I was. I had seen a bunch of the cat videos. Mean Kitty, that wasn't who I was either, so I moved on. From there, what else did I do? I had a channel that was DIY Nerd. Well, some of these channels actually are still up if anyone feels like crawling through my backstory. But I had one that was called DIY Nerd, which was me making these nerdy projects. I want to say I only actually did one video because they were a lot of work. I made some Yoshi's Island playing cards, and I filmed it, and I did a narrative style. It was very on point with the video editing for that. So that was a very brief I've had a very brief life. One video, and then I was like, man, this is just not what I want to do. And then I had a tutorial channel that was more or less more of a professional thing. I taught people how to make websites with Photoshop, and then I posted like a demo reel of some video that I had taken, just kind of like edited into more professional thing and used that for a demo reel to try to get work as a video editor. So I have, that one's also still up. What else did I do? My daily vlogs I have hidden. For a while I did some daily vlogs for NaNoWriMo. Those are all hidden too. Every once in a while I go back to them and I watch them and I was like, man, I just feel so lost. That's not who I was. I just never found my identity, and I feel like that ultimately was what I couldn't figure out, like who I was in my videos, and that made me not want to make them because I was like, this doesn't feel right. So yeah, that was one brief thing. I also had a few projects that I wanted to do that were more like storyboarding things. I had a series called What If, and then I wrote that out and then I illustrated it, and I made it about 15 seconds before I was like, I just can't do that. It's too much work. It took too long. It was really not what I wanted to do, so I let that one go pretty easily and had no regrets about that. But yeah, I feel like there's other ones that I'm missing. I did some photography stuff. I've written some articles here and there, but it's been interesting kind of seeing myself fumble around. I haven't yet found my videos yet, but I don't know. I'm kind of more, I know as a person I'm more laid back, and I feel like I enjoy watching videos that are more like companion like, where it's just rambling and it'd be good to draw from. I like to watch those while I'm working and seeing gradually as things progress. So yeah, that was kind of my brief rant about all the things I've been trying to do and not knowing where I sort of want to do. Like I like to do my sketchbooks. Those were cool, but it's like I don't fill sketchbooks up that much. So we'll have to see. I sort of want to do some tutorials on how to make manga, since I did spend all of last month doing that. So I think that would be fun. But I'll have to see what the style is, because this one maybe would have been better with a camera. But I sort of like that it's not super serious. I'm just sketching here. I'm having fun. I'm erasing. I'm just playing around and seeing sort of maybe what I can do. This is mostly turned into me trying to figure out who this character is, because a part of me is like, seems like one of my main characters, Kilo. He's very intense, which there was a period in his life when he was pretty intense. He still kind of is intense, but has a lot that he's carrying on his shoulders, and I find I like to spend time with him, so I'm actually really liking this. What time are we at? Look at that. I've already rambled for almost 20 minutes. I knew it would not be a problem to do these videos. This is probably honestly more my style than anything else. I'm just sitting here talking and rambling and drawing, and I'm enjoying drawing, and I'm not really thinking too much about what I'm doing, so there's little pressure for me. I'm just kind of having fun, which is nice. So I was gonna say, I stopped myself. I hesitated because I was gonna say, let me know what you think of this video style, but honestly, I'm not sure it matters right now. I'm still trying to figure out, even if people loved this video style, if I don't personally like doing this video. I know from my past experience I'm not going to continue doing videos like this. I always love hearing people's feedback, and it might eventually help me arrive to where I want to go. But so far I will say that I feel I'm on the right direction. This feels natural. This feels good to be doing. So I feel I'm on the right track. And if I could ramble about things that are relevant and that are speaking to me, I think this would be a good vehicle to do that, just because sometimes, for me at least, it's easier to address things that maybe are a little harder for me to process if I'm not worried about processing them, which seems kind of, alright, I'm on a different layer. Seems kind of maybe counterintuitive, but it's easier for me to process things if I'm not worried about the outcomes. The outcome. I'm just kind of letting things be, which is honestly, that's my speed. That's my style. That is who I have become over the years. I've just become someone who just goes with it. I've tried so hard to fight against the current, to go where I thought I should go, and honestly never really mattered. I mean, you can sit there and fight tooth and nail, but I feel ultimately people stumble around, and eventually you wind up like everything I've done has kind of led back in this circle. I've returned to drawing. I used to draw more. I used to watch more anime when I was younger. I used to just like express more things like that, and everything has been leading me back, like drawing my manga, writing, learning how to do short stories, just the way I process the world. All of it has been like this organic process to figure out who I am as a creator, as a person. This is just how I go. It's my speed. I'm just have really fallen in love with not having expectations. Like, even this painting, this is not, I said I didn't have any expectations in the beginning, but I did. Like, I had an image. I'm like, wow, I'm gonna draw this really cool thing and it's gonna be epic, because I had like the sword in mind, and here I am drawing yet another attempt at trying to find Kilo and his design, and I'm just having fun drawing something similar to, I've drawn this pose a few times. I've drawn Kilo numerous times, and that's just was the piece that I needed. And I feel, this character, I found him through writing, and he was the character that I needed growing up. That's mostly why I wrote about him, and I just have been following along his journey, so it's not surprising that maybe I did end up trying to find him in this piece. A little poetic there. If I do end up, I'm gonna merge these layers. A little poetic if I do end up finding the character design out of this video as I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing. It's just funny how things work like that. I guess I'm not really overly surprised. This is my process. Anytime I've tried to control anything I've done, it's just holding on to current that's not there. I'm just holding on to things that don't matter, and I feel like this is good. This is good for me, and I feel like these. I hate the word genuine, but this is like a genuine exploration of trying to figure out a direction. And I know as a person, if I try and figure out my path, if I try and worry about things too much, then I get too caught up in my head and nothing happens. I just get really anxious and depressed, and the only way to solve any of this is just to go and to see and to observe and to try and see where any of this goes, what happens. I'm 100% okay. If this had turned out bad, or if I never posted this, I just thought it would be fun. Like, I was like, I'm gonna try a new video style because this is the video I've been enjoying watching lately, is just people talking, sharing experiences, their story. So, I don't know, it feels good. That's how I decide my life anymore. If it feels good, if it's right, I'm gonna go with it. So there's a lesson in this after all. I guess that's also kind of something. End up finding meaning in places where we're not sure there is meaning, or not really looking for things, and that's where you end up finding the good pieces in the conversation and the questioning, and just letting the mind do its thing. And yeah, so I think that's what I came here to do today. I just wanted to draw a bit, and I just wanted to have fun and try out a new style of video that I was interested in, and this is it. This was where I ended up. And quite honestly, by gut reaction, I feel like this was what I needed to do. I just have been in a bit of a funk lately. I'm okay to admit. I've been in a funk, and I don't know why, and something's been missing. So maybe this is the missing piece. So hopefully this has some sort of resonance within me. I feel good about it. I feel like something's good is on the horizon, and the only way to ever know is just to do it and trust that whatever you do, wherever you end up, that you will be able to find your way out, that you are strong enough to maybe, if you fall, get back up again. And I'm gonna see where this goes. I have lots of ideas, and I know that not all of them are gonna stay, so here's to figuring out where all this is going, and to creating more art. And yeah, I think he's done. I think I'm feeling better than I have in a long time, so I'm just going to, maybe we'll sign our pieces. This seems like a pretty good way to end the video. Probably shouldn't have done that with a watercolor pen, but it looks cool. So thank you for listening to my video. A little rocky in places, but I think I'm on to something, and even though I know in my heart I will do whatever feels best for me, if you do enjoy this kind of video, or if there's something, I mean, a lot of friends are just gonna watch this in the beginning, so I have sort of relied on them lately to help me figure out who I am and what I'm good at, and maybe intrinsically what I have to offer people. So let me know what you think. My wrist just popped. I don't know if that's gonna be on the recording. Take care of your hands. They're important. Yeah. So thanks for watching this video, and this is the first of many rambly stream of conscious drawings that I will do, and if judging by this one video, there will be many more to come. So yeah, have a good day, take care, and I will talk to you again soon.